Inner beauty, inner glow. Inner beauty is what you are. My name is Nancy Mitchell, Love Guru, your guide to better relationship. Guys, this is day 7. This is the last day. It's day 7 of my entire series of beauty, inner glow, your inner glow that you have inside. Let's go right into it. I'm going to go ahead and kind of recap some of the stuff that we talk about, just to touch on ones that are really, 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 really super, super, super important. Okay. Again, we use that mirror at the beginning of our series, and Monday, pretty much it's that mirror that you're going to look into. You're going to do your affirmations. You're going to look at yourself and see who you are and what you think that you want for yourself. Okay. You can, do that maybe weekly or, once a month, every 2 weeks. You just get in front of the mirror and you just kind of talk to yourself. Okay. You don't need to answer back, but just talk to yourself and just try and talk and see, who you can, start becoming if you are not that person right now and you feel that you are, more timid and just drawn back and not confident, and you just don't know how your mornings are going. When you get up in the morning, your morning just go crazy, your day just go crazy, and every day is like crazy and you don't know what is going on and you're just super stressed. Okay, take a time out, stop, go in the mirror, look at yourself, who you are, and you start thinking about the most important thing, your core values, and who is it that you want to be, and your purpose. What purpose God created for you. That's what is going to be key for you right now, to find that out and to really start working on your beauty, your inner glow. Very important. Okay. I do want to touch on, let me just take this out. I'm just looking at my notes quickly. Don't come for me. Okay, so we did have the beliefs and we have the critics. So let me just touch on the crickets. Not crickets. I'm not cutting my video. All right, the critics that we have for detox. These really depressing, negative things that we say to ourselves. We need to, stop in our tracks and tell ourselves that we're going to start thinking positive and not negative. Again, we all have negative thoughts in our mind. And as much as I'm working on myself, you have doubt that crawls right into my thoughts. At times I will start thinking about negative things, and I have trained my brain so as soon as I start thinking negative, I tell myself, like I say the word, stop. If you want to say it out loud, okay, fine. Just don't say it in like a restaurant. There's some people looking at you like, oh my God, she's crazy, or he's crazy. So, it would be better to say it in your mind, like you tell yourself, stop. If you're telling yourself, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do, stop. Why is it that I can't do that? Why is it that I can't land that job? Why is it that I cannot do that? Of course I can. When you start dissecting the can't and the negative statements that you're making to yourself, that voice keep on telling you over and over, as soon, I guarantee you guys, as soon as you start asking the question to break down the statement, why, what's the reason, why, and you start answering back these questions, you're going to see that everything that you thought of in your mind that's been negative was all in your mind. It was only you. You are the one that are telling yourself that you can't. So it's very important that you tell yourself that I can, and I will, and I must. E.T., I think it's E.T. that always say that I am, I will, and I must. Like I must do it. It's something that you must do it. Okay? Start thinking about those wounds that you have from, where the voice came from in the first place, where these negative voice came from, telling you that you can't do stuff. It's most of the time, 90% of the time, it's going to come from your childhood. It's going to come from your upbringing. Like when you growing up, things that you used to listen to, things that your family used to say to you, things that your parents would say to you, things that, you would have your parents' friend come over and say, "Oh my God, your head is big, your mouth is." When they keep on telling you these negative things, you're not gonna come out to be anything. These are the things that get embedded in your mind, and you start thinking that these things are the truth about yourself. So now you need to start breaking these generational thinking of things that you think that, oh, I can't do this. You need to start breaking that down. Okay, so your inner beauty is going to be that decision that you need to make for yourself. Beauty on a whole, the beauty that you look at outside and the beauty that is inside of you, that beauty inside of you is going to be you. That's going to be your decision, the decision that you make. So you need to make that decision. Nobody else can do it for you. You have to start telling yourself, I decide that I am beautiful. I decide that my inner beauty is going to come out and glow. And whoever that person is, I am going to accept that person, and I'm going to love that person. I'm going to keep on loving that person, because that person is you. It's very important that you start thinking this way, okay? To bring out that inner beauty and bringing out that glow into you. Now, wrapping up, right now we're going to be with your boundaries, your joy, your energy management, or beauty practice that you need to start making. Again, as I said before in the other days, it's going to be their affirmations. You need to start writing down your goals. You need to have your long-term goals. You need to have your short-term goals. You need to have, your goals for, say, 1 year. Then you need to have your goals for 6 months. Then you need to have your goals monthly. Then you need to have your goals weekly. Then you need to have your goals daily. And then you need to break down your daily goals into hours. You need to start breaking down these goals so you know exactly where you are, you know exactly where you're going, and you know exactly what you're doing on a particular day and what goal you need to meet each day, each week, each month. Then you will start seeing that transformation start happening when you start conquering these goals. Don't forget to reward yourself. A lot of people keep on working and they do not reward yourself. Those are the small goals you have daily or every 1 week. You said, okay, this is going to be completed in a week. When you complete that for the week, guys, please, I beg of you, reward yourself with a little token. It doesn't have to be something too expensive, but you have to reward yourself. When you reward yourselves, you feel so good that you feel like you're pushing yourself to go do it again the next week, and so forth and so forth. And then you start seeing that transformation that you're having. So it's really, really good that you start rewarding yourself, having those small and large goals as well. Creating that glow, as I said to you for, I think it was day 4 or day 5, your glow ritual. That is going to be super, super, super important. You want to make sure in the mornings you have your ritual, in the afternoon you have your ritual before you go to bed at night. You have to make sure that you create, either you do exercise is always, always good. Whether you're young, whether you're old, it doesn't matter. You do 15 minutes, 10 minutes of exercise daily. It just gets your mind moving, get your brain pumping, your brain just start thinking. Again, affirmations and meditation. Take 5 minutes. If you think 10 or 15 minutes is too much, I beg of you, do 5 minutes. You're going to realize that when I do my meditation, I sit in my living room or I'll sit on my bed, but I make sure that I'm super comfy. Super comfy. I'm in either in my robe, or I put on something comfy, and then I either sit down, I have my feet covered, and then I have the pillows, the throws, and I put one on my lap, I put one on my back, I relax, I make sure that I'm relaxed, and then I sit and I make my timer. The phone is kind of harsh. I do have that little square timer that you use. You can get it from Amazon or anywhere. It's a little square timer that you can put for like 5, 10, 15 minutes, and you turn it on. And when you turn it on, the noise does beep, 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 beep. So it's a soft way of you coming out to the meditation. But do 5 minutes if you can. You will start realizing that you are going to start thinking of things that happen like weeks before, or even a year before, 2 years before, 10 years before, and then you come back now to the present day, and you start thinking about, okay, things that you need to get done, things that you're thinking of, solutions to some problems that you may have. You may start thinking of that solution. There's so many things come out in meditation. You would be surprised. I used to bash it coming from Jamaica. I was like, oh, this is only crazy people do this shit. But when I started doing it, I tell you guys, it was so amazing. It was so great. It was so, I don't know, it was just so fresh that I could start thinking so, just so much clarity in my mind when I meditate. So guys, I beg of you, please don't judge me. Try for 5 minutes, right? Try for 5 minutes and see how you feel, and comment and tell me, okay? Very important, that glow ritual. Okay, so again, you're gonna do that glow ritual daily, whether in the morning or afternoon, using psychology, back practice for inner radiance. So you try to use, again, any kind of goal setting. You write down your goals in the morning, and in the afternoon you can put it on a piece of paper, put it in your bag, and you take a break, you say those goals again, just to kind of get them into your subconscious thinking, and just start thinking about them more and more, so it starts to release all of these thoughts, and these things start coming to you as you start saying it and believe in it. Okay, now that is pretty much it, guys. Again, I want for you to start thinking about, yes, you're handsome, you're not beautiful, but I want to start, have you start thinking about yourself as being a king. Again, when I did that video, I know a lot of people are going to come for me. I was thinking about when I did a video on men being broke. And again, I am not breaking you down. I'm telling you the reality. If you're broke and no motivation, you have to start thinking positively. And it's the same thing. You need to start thinking about your inner beauty, your inner glow that you have inside. All right. So you need to be the kings that you are. And for the females, please, you already know, you need to be the queens. You need to be that, addition to the king, when you're just looking at yourself and you're like, oh my God, I am beautiful. I am this, I am that. You not need to start looking at your beauty, your inner glow, everything that your core, is there for. I think, your core value, your purpose. You have to make sure that your purpose is there, and you're not making that king overthrow your purpose that you need, and you start working like a slave. Just make sure that you start thinking about your core value, your purpose, and start living through your purpose through your life. Okay, that's very important, guys. That's it. That's day 7. That's all I have for this series. Again, if you have any other topics that you want me to talk about, please drop them in a DM. I will try my best to. I will do it. Again, I come up with this trying. I need to get that out of my vocabulary. I am gonna do it once it is something that I can do. Okay, there you have it. Okay, I don't want any nasty topic or any bad topic. No politics. I don't do politics, so don't tell me to make a video on politics. I am not getting involved into that. Religious, or religion, I should say. If you have religious thoughts and topics, please, I don't want to do those. I don't want to get into any kind of religion of people saying that, oh, you need to be Christian, whatever, Catholic, you need to be this, and politics. I don't want to say I'm with this person. I don't want to get involved with that. I just want to keep it with the relationships. Anything about your relationships, your inner relationships, okay? With your boo, with your husband, with your side piece, with yourself. That's what I want to talk about, the relationships. So those are the topics that I want. Okay, guys, that's it. Now, again, if you know anybody that this content will help, will benefit, I beg of you to share this video with them. If you like my content, I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe, hit that notification button, that anytime my video drop, you are going to be notified at all times. All times. So there you have it. My name is Nancy Mitchell. This is Love Guru, your guide to better relationships. Peace. I'm out.